Okay, hello guys. This is going to be my first video I'm putting out, and basically I want to do a bunch of these, and I just want to be showing some of the people here who, I'm a support main, um, and so there's going to be a lot of those types of videos up on my channel. There's probably going to be a few commentaries such as these of just I guess me just showing you um, how to carry games, how to carry from the support role. So me myself, I've been quickly climbing through the ladders here. I've played League for about 2 years, and I haven't really played any ranked. Well, actually, when I first did play ranked, I was just generally really bad at the game. But I've put a lot of time into it, and now that I have been playing a lot more ranked this season, particularly season 6, so after placements, I got put into what was it? It was low bronze, I think. Like after placements, I don't think placements went very well for me, but that's fine. And now, playing ranked on and off here and there, I've made it up to almost gold. So, and that's just through playing support, like almost entirely only support. Like probably 90% of my games is support in that regard. So, I hope to finish in high gold, maybe plat, low plat this season. That would be nice. But yeah, guys. So this is just for those of you support guys, or this. I hope this can help everybody, but specifically for you support mains looking, trying to figure out how to carry games. Right. This is going to be an example of a game that doesn't look too good, but um, it works out, and it works out because of some smart decision making, not necessarily because we were just generally way better than them or whatever. So as you can see here, I'm just gonna. Okay, so my team, we have Darius top, Fizz jungle, Ari mid, Lucian AD carry, and myself playing Thresh in the bot lane. On their side, they have a Maokai, they have a Warwick, Twisted Fate, Lucian, Braum. So right away, guys, when you are getting into game here, and as supports, camera stay on me. As supports, you want to be obviously looking at what your matchup is. So this was just a blind pick, so I didn't know what the matchup was going into game. But you want to look at what the enemy has going on in their matchup, right? So I can see that they have a Lucian Braum. Lucian Braum's pretty strong lane, actually. Lucian Thresh is as well pretty strong, but Lucian Braum is sort of that. I think back in season 4, around when I started League, Lucian Braum was kind of that go-to bot lane, right? It would just wreck everybody because Lucian can proc the passive of Braum so quickly and put out a lot of damage while it's happening. So anyway, I know that going in, so I want to just try to be careful about the trades that we're making. I'm relatively aggressive support, as you'll see, but you have to be smart about it, right? This Lucian, before the game started, told me that he is just generally really bad at ADC, and I don't think I realized just how bad he was going to be, but, we'll see. So I'll slow some things down, I'll explain what's going on. But basically, as you can see, you want to proc your first 2 relic stacks right away, because by the time your next one comes up, it'll be the tank wave, and you want to get your proc off on the tank. So here, just level 1, obviously, as Thresh, you want to try and poke around a little bit. I'm trying to play around Braum's Q, and then here I see we hit level 2 first. You want to get aggressive here. So Lucian was pretty far back. I think if he had come up a little further, we would have been okay, but that's all right. We still obviously win the trade because we had that level 2 power spike. So I'm gonna stop it here quickly. So as you can see, let's back it up. So we trade, okay. goes not as good as I'd like to, but whatever. So as you can see here, look at the time. It's it's 2:50. Now what I didn't do was I didn't actually look right away at who their jungler was. I think I was like I had to run away or something like that during the loading screen, then come back. So I didn't look at who their jungler was, and so um, obviously you should be doing that, but I just forgot. So right around this time, 2:47. So by the time it takes a jungler to clear this, and possibly this, or whatever, to do scuttle crab or whatever it is. Maybe they started up here. I don't know. So just general basis is by the time you're around 3 minutes, you want to ward if you're pushed up. So as you can see, we're overextended in the lane right now. So this would be prime for a jungle gank. So I want to come up and ward the bush so that we can see if somebody's coming, right? And then just go back, trying your best to enable your ADC to farm well. So of course I'm just, well, okay, so here Lucian takes the cannon. I was a little, I wasn't upset about it, but that's not the greatest thing to do. So I got my 2 procs off right away. Tank wave came, I had 1 proc up, just as it's supposed to be. And Lucian took it, that's okay. I just picked up a different minion. But as you'll see, I think I do it next time, if I remember correctly, but I like to ping the cannon minions so that your ADC knows that you intend on taking it so that they don't take it from you. Okay, so for you Thresh players, here's a little good trick. So as you can see, we hit level 3, and then I noticed that obviously we have 6 minions still alive, they have 2, so we're about to push in. So before we push in, I want to try and make something happen, right? We're level 3. This guy's in fact still level 2, right? Because they haven't killed anything. So I want to make something happen before he can get the experience from these minions and get some levels, right? So Lucian starts attacking. So I notice again there's just this minion left, and a few of the melees are low. So he just auto this one twice. This is going to take 1 more auto attack to proc. This minion should be dead because the tower is going to hit it, and he just auto attacked. So he won't have his auto attack up in time to take that. So I know this is going to be his next minion of choice. And what I want to do is, I hope, obviously I can't communicate with Lucian this fast enough, but I hope that he will kill this minion fast enough so that I can line up a hook here. So I try it out. So here you can see it's dying, and it looks to line up pretty good, and Lucian times it. Obviously I miss, but it's just these little things, guys. So if you guys want to be carrying games, especially like the lower elos in bronze and silver, like bronze and silver is so easy to get out of if you're just thinking outside the box. So just don't be afraid to be creative. Again, ward runs out, not sure where the enemy jungler is, we haven't seen him. So I ward up. So just some harass, it's fine. And yeah, so not the most favorable trade for us. I have a few pots, which is fine. So I'll back it up again. I'm gonna focus on a lot more on laning phase. I'll talk about the rest of the game, but laning phase, I noticed that I made a lot of mistakes and all 4 of us in this lane make a lot of mistakes here. So I think pointing those out will be really, really helpful. So I see that Braum used his shield pretty early, and that will go down, and that's when a lot of our damage is gonna go out. I wish that Lucian saved his Q for when that went down, because I CC chain Braum, and then obviously I get passive procs on me, which ends up doing the majority of the damage, right? So for you AD carry players there, it's again thinking outside the box, right? If he had thought, oh well, Braum used the shield early, just wait for it to go down, then put out your damage. That's when you're going to see a lot of good stuff happening. First blood happens top. I think Fizz just lane ganked, which is good. Okay. So again, so this is what we want actually. This is the dream when you're playing in bot lane. So they push the wave, but not hard enough, you could say. If you want to push the wave as, I'll back it up. If you want to push the wave as a bot lane, so look here. If Red looked at their own map and they saw, I don't know what's going on with this minion wave, but if they looked at the map and saw, okay, our minions are at our second tier tower, so that means their minions, which they're here, right? Think outside the box, guys. Again, if we looked, we would just be able to look at the map, okay, my minions are right here, so that means their minions are right here. So knowing that, you don't have a lot of time to sort of mess around. If you want to push hard, you got to push really hard and get that underneath, or get that wave gone as soon as possible, so that you have the most chance of bouncing it off this tower. But instead, what the enemy bot lane does, he kind of last hits, right? So he misses that one. Kind of pushing, kind of not really, misses that one, and boom. So as you can see, they have 1, 2, 3, 4, pretty much 3 minions left. So now the wave freezes right here, and this is what I want, right? And I didn't want Lucian to auto attack as much as he was because we don't want to push back. So for AD carry players and even support players, you can control this somewhat. So as you can see here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 minions to R4. This is perfect for us. You want to keep, if you want to freeze a wave, so if we wanted to freeze it here, you want to have 1, at most 2 less minions than they do at all times. So it's going okay. So again, 2 to 4 is not bad. So he kills that. Good. So this is how we want it to. We even pushed a little bit harder. Lucian pushed a little bit harder, but if you just let it, the minion wave would be more like here. But that's what you want, right? So now, if your jungler comes down, it's an easy gank. So we'll speed it up a bit. So as you can see, I pinged the tank wave. Was able to pick it up. Yeah, again. But as you can see, Lucian did the same thing that this Lucian just did not long before. We don't want the wave to be pushing this way, right? Again, I can see that we're starting to overextend, so you want to ward here, right? Now, actually, just a small tip, something that I didn't do here, what I could have done a bit better, I think that I just didn't want them to start something with Lucian because I knew that I had to babysit him. Putting the ward up closer in here is much better because it just gives more vision up this way. If you're putting the ward in the middle of the bush like this, as you can see, the fog of war starts here, right? Which isn't terrible, but if I were to put it up here, it would just make the fog of war a little bit, go out a little bit further and just give you a little bit more vision. Just a small tip. Also, guys, just so you know, like, I'm gonna make mistakes. I'm gonna make mistakes here in this game, and I'm not afraid to point them out. Like, I'm not a perfect player, but I hope you guys can still learn something and like learn from my mistakes and also learn from. Oh, okay. So let me back this up. So I noticed that Fizz is here. They saw Fizz come in. I believe they had a ward, right? So they see him. So instead of what I found very strange was like they smacked him because they knew he was in there. But instead of just backing right off, they let me come up and land a hook on the quite low Braum. So I walk up, land a hook, and so now they're in a bad position, right? If you guys know the enemy jungler's there, don't just kind of smack and be like, oh, haha, you know, you guys got to be smart about it, right? And so, but on the flip side, you know, I noticed that they weren't respecting, right? They knew he was there, so, but they just let me walk up and throw a good hook on Braum. So as you can see, we engage on him, flay backwards. Now, he lives, I mean, miraculously he lives, but that's the kind of stuff that you guys got to do, right? Notice when they're not respecting. Make the enemy bot lane respect you. I think that's been in the way the whole time. So let's fast forward it. So the lane is in, oops. So the lane is in a pretty bad spot here actually, because I mean, as obviously I try here and land a good hook, he will flash away. But I wish that Lucian wasn't pushing, right? If he was just last hitting and letting the wave come towards us, then we'd be denying this Lucian even more. And I would have been able to zone a lot easier. So it's just being smart like that, guys. Like, wave control is huge. So again, just letting him farm. We haven't been back. It's quite a long time not to be back. Okay, so Twisted Fate comes down, and obviously we see this. So I'm just gonna back it up a bit and show you guys what I do here when you notice that you're getting ganked, right? So I don't know if Ari does call me up. Ari does call me. I think that she typed and said that he went back. I don't know. So TF starts ulting. We know that it's bottom because we're quite low mana. And so what you want to be doing as support is, okay, TF is ulting, start looking, where is the ulti coming in? So we notice. So that gives me an opportunity to set up a lantern for Lucian. So I flash forward because I want to get ahead of Lucian and pull him towards me with the lantern. I have no way of stopping the CC necessarily, but if you can create distance, you can give him a chance to live. So there, waiting for the CC to run off, and unfortunately the last auto gets him. But you guys see what I mean, right? It's about pulling your AD carry away as much as possible. So burning your flash there, including his, even though in theory you didn't have to, in the end it's very worth it if you can keep him alive. So top lane's having some fun. Now another thing here is I've seen supports in the elo that I'm currently climbing out of. The wave will be set up like this. This is a good spot for the wave after what just happened because Lucian, he's up, he's starting to come back. So you got to see this as a support. So you want the wave to freeze right here, okay? So that means you got to try and keep the wave away from tower as much as possible, and also just last hit. Come on, camera. So I'm last hitting what I can. Just waiting for Lucian to come back, because you want to be soaking up the gold as well. Now, I noticed that I can try and save some of these guys. So you walk out here so that they attack you. Let the wave pull up, and now it's frozen right here, right? And then this is a great time to go back for me. Enemy bot lane isn't here. I've frozen the wave for my ADC right here. Perfect. Ari gets ganked. Good CC chain. That's a good gank. Okay. So, if I remember correctly, I think Lucian really makes a big mistake here, which I see so many AD carries doing. So, what Lucian should note right now is that both bot laners are here, okay? His mid laner just died. Don't know where the jungle is. And mid is pushing. Well, he's gonna push out mid. So he, being right here, right now, with me all the way back here, he's overextended. Overextended huge, okay? So instead of recognizing this, he wants to get greedy for the CS, right? And of course, lets Braum walk in here, and then gets flanked, right? Boom. CC chain again, and dead. So that is such a common mistake that I see bot laners making. If your support is not there, guys, do not greed for the CS. Instead, just sit uh, in XP range. So I'm gonna back it up again quickly. Okay. So instead of being right where he is, if he was more back here, he would have been fine. He would have been soaking some of the experience while also not allowing Braum to get such a great position on him, right? So if he was back here, Braum would have to run at him, then he would obviously have the escape. But instead, he puts himself in such a bad situation, right? So, yeah, just stay in XP range. So again, I'm on kind of that damage control again. So I'm trying to just freeze the wave. Um, so that's why I'm not hitting the minions. Whoops, I'm not hitting the minions. Just last hitting there. The wave's in a pretty decent spot right now. I can't stop Lucian from shoving right in, which isn't the biggest deal. So again here, supports. When you are alone under tower, especially someone like Thresh, if you can make them take minion or tower aggro like this what you want to do. Now you could see my hook really. There's no means to the end here, right? Because I'm not going to kill the Lucian. So I'll show you again. Okay. So here I make him take a few tower shots. Boom. So now I have my 80 carry coming back to lane, full health. Just bought maybe, I'm not sure what he bought. I think he bought the boots. And you just took 2 tower shots, right, for no reason. So now you have kind of an advantage in lane, more so than what they would have had Lucian been full health right now. Right? Okay. Excuse me. So again, the wave pushed up. So you just want to ward, obviously, as best you can. Lucian, again, no real reason to be up there. No minion wave trying to kind of harass, I guess. I don't know. Fizz comes in. Once again, moves up. So they spotted him. We couldn't really start anything. I wanted the wave to push down, right? I really wanted the wave to push down. But they obviously knew he was there. That's okay. So obviously I heard the Warwick E passive. So just alerted us that he was there. So okay, so then I guess for you Warwick players, turn that off. Like if you're coming up to gank a lane, turn your E off, and then when you're getting ready to actually enter the lane, turn it on so that you get that movement speed or whatever it is that he gets. There's no reason to give away your position like that. So we see him kind of back up, but I don't really want to mess with it. Although I do see Fizz here. I was hoping that Lucian would have tried to dash or something. Doesn't really work out. That's okay. We got some summoners, so technically not a failed gank, but suddenly we see, well, TF coming in. So here I want to keep Lucian alive as much as possible because obviously he's the one that TF is going to go for, super low. So you know that TF is going to come in with the gold card and then follow up the Q. That probably would have been, like, Lucian for sure would have been dead. So that's a great time to drop exhaust. If you know that somebody's coming in to use a combo that will result in your ADC or your own death, you need to drop exhaust there. So I completely ruined TF's combo. Obviously follow up with some CC. Drop the lantern for an extra shield. Unfortunately, Fizz goes down, and I flash because I don't want to get Warwick ulted right there if he had it up. which he did not, but obviously I did not know that. So it's just about playing your cards right in that regards, guys. Just knowing when to use exhaust in that way. I see Ari comes in, does a good job of killing Braum, and I was waiting for the charm to come out. I think I was like, well, if the charm lands, then I can follow up with a hook and he'll die. But no such luck. That's okay. It was a decent follow roam by Ari, because well, I mean, she committed. But I want to show you guys quickly just another mistake that I often see in this elo. So let me back it up to okay, so where's Ari at this point? Okay, so right here, this is when the bulk of the fighting happened, when TF came in and Warwick came down. So Ari does a good job of pushing the wave, because that's what he should have. But look how low the tower is. Like, why not stay and just pick up this tower, right? So let's see here. So she goes down. It's a tank wave. Comes in. Let's see how low it gets just based on the minions. So she could have picked up this wave. For sure, 10,000% that tower could have been dead. So instead of us just picking up one kill, which wasn't necessarily bad for the Ari, it would have been very nice to have this global gold and the global pressure, because these two turrets, guys, I swear, in low elo, even higher elo, but in lower elo, these turrets are so important. If you take the mid turret, it opens up so much pressure, because you have more access, a lot more access to the buffs, to the jungle in general, right? It allows us support to come in, ward up the jungle, while hopefully everyone's warding, so you're just pushing your advantage, right? Because if you can control the river and the enemy jungle, you will win games. You will win games. And so taking this tower is so important, guys. So anyway, just clearing wards. He wanted to do dragon. I wasn't super stoked on doing dragon because I knew Warwick was close, but we had enough guys, so it ended up being fine. Again, we slowed down here again. I want it back because a lot had happened. And I think we do that, so I think I tell Lucian to back up, because he's doing the exact same thing, right? I'm backing, and no reason to be up there. Let the mini wave just push towards you, CS safely. I won't pause it for this, but so as you guys saw when I just backed here, TF was missing, right? A really good thing to do after you just back as a support, if your AD carry is not in immediate danger, is just to simply roam mid. So we have a bit of a trade here. I drop exhaust because I wanted to commit. Unfortunately, the minion blocks a lot of the culling. So a little bit unfortunate. I think we could have killed Braun there for sure. And that pink ward is just me. I think I forgot what keys I had my my health pots binded on, and so I dropped a pink ward there, unfortunately. Yeah, as I was saying before, after you guys back as a support, if you want to roam mid, that's a really good time to roam mid, because they won't be expecting you. You won't necessarily even be called missing by the laners because of the elo that you're playing in. Obviously, can't speak for everybody, but that's just highly likely. The reason why I didn't there was because TF was missing, and so Lucian obviously was backing, so I back up. He doesn't decide to. So I know Warwick is mid, so we're not in danger of getting ganked. But obviously I'm pretty low. I would like to back. And so I might actually I probably absorb the wave under tower. I want to try and freeze it like normal. missed the cannon because, of course, I did. I think I missed a bunch of these, but so do a good job of freezing. Again, now this is a good time for me to back, which I do. Yeah. So if you guys like again, like this is how you carry, right? It doesn't seem big, but imagine if I let the wave bounce out here, and then suddenly my ADC's CSing out here. Suddenly he's CSing in the middle of the lane, and then he's susceptible to ganks. When instead, of course, he doesn't freeze it because I don't know what he was doing, but you gotta set your AD carry up for success, right? And it's a thankless job, but that's how you win games. It doesn't seem like it, but I promise. So I'm probably gonna go a lot quicker through the rest of this part because I don't want the video to be too long, but you guys kind of see what I'm talking about, right? Like in lane, when you're in not necessarily a winning lane, you gotta think outside the box. You gotta set your AD carry up for success as much as possible. So again here, same thing, gets flash ulted. You want to create as much distance as possible. So instead of coming down, I'll back this one up because it pertains to what I was talking to earlier, right? So he throws the calling out, so he gets flash ulted, right? So what I could have done here was he got ulted and I was standing probably right here. So what I could have done was tried to go down here. Oh, I gotta get to my tower. Well, not necessarily. I think that Lucian would have died because I would not have created enough distance. What you want is to create distance. So I know that 3 of them are here. You see that 2 of them are up here. So you're not in danger in this vicinity right here, right? So you want to pull your AD carry away in that direction. So pull him away. I'm not sure why he stops to do that at all. But I noticed that because of the Warwick passive, he's going to catch up. And I don't want that because obviously Warwick might be able to kill him all on his own. Also, there's these 2 following. So I draw my ulti because I want to sway that. And I throw my hook just for further CC. I don't even mean to... Like, there was no reason for Lucian to turn around. Like, I just wanted to CC Warwick so that he couldn't do anything so that Lucian could get away. But Lucian decided to turn around and obviously dies for it. And so that's pretty frustrating, guys. But you know what? Like, you can give your ADC all the tools possible, but if they want to kill themselves, frankly, they're going to. And you're gonna have ADCs like that, and that's fine. In ADCs, you'll even have supports like that. It's just about learning how to properly manage that. So again, here, I know that we're outnumbered. I don't want to fight that. I didn't want Braum to even ulti over the wall, so throw the hook, and then we back up. So I'll fast forward again through this. None of this really matters. So we're just kind of doing that dance because we were on the back foot, just trying to rotate, protect things. And then I noticed that Ahri wants to flank, so fight breaks out. So, okay, I'm going to back this part up too, just so you guys can see what's happening. So here, Ahri's pinging that she's coming in. I mean, not necessarily a great way to start the fight, but what can you do? So I'm just more or less providing backup, but I noticed that TF and Lucian are here, and these are the targets you want, right? So I noticed that they're walking this way, and they want to get around and help out Maokai. So you gotta use your intuition, right? So you gotta know what they want to do. I know that Lucian wants to come this way, and so I can throw my hook over the wall, even though I have no vision. Now, obviously, like, I'm not claiming to be a god or anything. This is just knowing what your enemy wants to do, right? And so suddenly, this changes the whole fight because Lucian is caught out. So I go over the wall because I want to further lock down Lucian. I get TF with the flay, but I exhaust Lucian so that he can't kill me, giving my Fizz time to catch up, and we kill him. So here again, It's just about reassessing the situation. So now you look at the fight. Uh, both TF and Lucian are dead, so you can go ham, right? Which I mean we do. Uh, so, but I know that Maokai is dead. Like he's done for. There's no getting away. So you want to look to further your team's advantage by going for Braum. So I see so many people like it's like, oh, gotta get him out. Even though you're the support, it's like, oh, gotta get on the Maokai kill. Gotta get in on that, right? When that's not necessarily the case. I know my team is going for that, but I see that Braum went up there, and so easy flash hook, which locks up advantage, and gotta drop the mastery after you could say carrying the team fight in that regard. So just want to help my team farm. So I was thinking that we were going to team fight here. I wasn't quite close enough to save Fizz, but we don't. Again, small skirmishes. I know that I knew that Braum's caught out here, so obviously, just flame backwards, easy stuff, right? So then here, again, always look to further your team's advantage. Now, I wished that someone was following me, but instead they wanted to chase this. These guys are gone. No reason to be chasing that. Maokai should have been the next acceptable target. So I come up here. I want to obviously hook him, but he sees me with the ward. Again, would have been another blind hook. He just knew it was coming. When I think we could have picked him up, but that's okay. It's just about using your head, assessing the situation, being intuitive. That's huge for support, especially support that makes picks. So again, here, just warding up, trying to get some deep wards because we saw what Braum was doing. Okay, I'll back it up just so you guys can see. I'm not sure if I do anything notable. I think again, guys, it's like I'm gonna sound like a broken record, but it's just about understanding the situation, right? So TF is overextended. Like I don't know what he's doing, right? Like Lucian's super low. It's just them two. I think we just saw Braum. Oh yeah, with this we just saw Braum, and so we know it's literally a 4-on-2. So hook the high priority target. I mean, I'm not sure again how he gets away, but we still go 1-0, right? So we pick up a kill and the turret because they overextended. So again, just want to rotate mid. Maokai was caught. Good. Again, just warding the area that we think. So I did not want this fight to happen. This is why when you see when I don't want a fight to happen, it's about throwing the lantern to get your teammate over there and then further CC. You're not going in here, guys. Like I see a lot of people, they would hook and then go in to try and flay, right? You just want to pull that guy off of the lantern and allow your teammate to get away. He doesn't take the lantern, but we CC him enough that he gets away. So again, we're just trying to keep the lanes pushed and such. So we just come back out. Yeah, so just a quick note about warding, I guess. So as you can see, I came out and my first thing that I did was we didn't have vision of any of this in here, right? We have a little bit of vision here. I would have liked to get vision here, but I know based on what's happening that there's gonna be action mid. So warding, guys, is not necessarily about like, oh, I need to have a ward in here and here and up here or in here at all times, right? Warding is about having vision based on the situation. So I know that there may be a fight mid, so I want to get vision around mid. It doesn't matter if you can't see the tribe rush up here right now. You want to be able to see what's going on so you can better assess, fight better, make picks better. So again, so the vision helps, right? We have vision in here, we have vision in here, right around where everything is going on. We're able to catch out Maokai. Perfect. Takes a second to go down, but then now they come over to try and save him. You know, bad idea, right? Start to fight, and we pick up 2, 3. I think that was 3 for 0. So we're a little scatterbrained as a team, but I wanted to push mid here, right? But, you know, you can't control your teammates, so even if it's a bad call, whatever. So I know we're trying to do dragon, try to get as much vision as possible. I'm out of wards, obviously, so just denying them vision and then getting back again. So speed this up. Got top turret good. Now, okay. You guys here, we see that Ahri is gonna cut out. What we should be doing as a team here, like, I mean, you can argue whether or not Darius should have been bought. I guess that's fine. But Fizz should have been with us, right? That would have been nice, at least, him coming up here. But we see that Ahri gets caught, just like, oh, there's 3, so we all better head up there. No. That's not the case. What I would have liked to done here is just let Ahri die. But take the 3 or 4 of us and push elsewhere, because we know there's only 2 somewhere else. Well, actually, we see Braum. Do we see Lucian? We probably just saw him. So we have wave here, we have a wave coming up down here. So push, right? If they want to do that, push, take this tower. But no, of course, we want a team fight, or we want a team fight. So in a way, you got to listen to your team, even if it's kind of a dumb call. That being said, this wasn't horrible because Ahri has her ulti here, right? So she ults away. She, you know, is like hoping she's gonna live, and of course then we come in with numbers once again and just land some good CC. Now, when it's this late in the game, guys, 30 minutes, I was the one calling Baron, right? We could have easily done Baron. Lucian was complaining. I don't know what he's complaining about, but he was complaining nonetheless, right? And so, like, when you kill 3 of them like that, that's a perfect time to call Baron. This should have been such a free Baron, but instead, Fizz doesn't back off and dies, and we also had Lucian killing Scuttle Crab. Why? I don't know. I think we could have got it had we played that better, but again, you can't control your team. I think I typed to Lucian and just said, hey man, try and just like, I can't even remember what I said. I'm pretty sure I just told him to just try and smack Baron a little bit more next time. You know, I know he was low, but I think had we had the right person tanking, and as well as everyone damaging it, we would have been fine. But those are the kind of Baron calls you need to do, guys, because they just don't happen. Call Baron. If you get 4, if you get 3, even if you get 2, if you're healthy enough, guys, call Baron. You guys can do Baron more often than you think. So, anyway, again, just want to try to get vision based around where I think we're going to fight. Now, this is kind of a weird fight because Lucian tries to go for us, but of course his damage isn't there. So again, we kill 4 of them, so I ping the hell out of Baron. Guys, do frickin' Baron. Like, they weren't gonna do it at first at all. So we do Baron, perfect, now we have Baron, right? So back, everyone's full health. And this is when you really gotta start communicating with your team, right? It's like, guys, we have Baron. And I think I was saying this, like, guys, we have Baron. We need to be pushing right now. Because, like, we have Lucian alone top. Like, why? So I'm saying, push. Good, it's 4 on 2, so we catch them out, right? Maokai TP's in. Kind of a strange TP, but it's fine. Like, we're There's another 3 dead. Boom, kill him, ace. Right? You guys just, like, how many of these fights, right? So the fight that started here with my hook on Braum, I knew it was a 4-on-2. So, start the fight. Land hooks, even if it's on Braum, start that fight. Then we're able to easily tower dive, ace them, and I'm pretty sure we just end the game off this. And yeah. So that's it, guys. I hope you enjoyed. Obviously, I'm relatively new to doing these types of videos, doing commentaries, but I would really appreciate some feedback. Drop a like on the video if you enjoyed it. And yeah, just the feedback is super important to me, and just let me know what I can do better. But just let me know what you guys learned or what you would like to see more in the next one. Thanks.